HBO and Neil Druckmann have delivered possibly one of the best video game adaptations of all time. We are in a new golden era of video game adaptations. We'll just ignore Uncharted. The episode delivered what I hoped and really wanted, which was more room for the characters and wider lore of the world to expand, while the opening provided the non-game player with a primer for just how bad the cordyceps infection will be. It gave us some vital information and context for the ending of the games and what I presume to be the ending of the show. So this isn't an ending explained, it's a beginning explained. I was initially confused as to why Big Head and the guy from The Mummy was there, and this scene doesn't appear in the game at all. In fact, the only time we see any time before the outbreak was the prologue, where we saw the death of Sarah, which really hit home here once again. This talk show discusses the novel idea of a fungus among us controlling humans, and I'm sorry, that was an Incubus joke there, and how it's low-key kind of crazy for this guy thinking that this could happen. Now, if you didn't know, the inspiration for the game came from a BBC documentary on a fungus that could control ants. I remember seeing it at the time and thinking, my god, that is beyond terrifying. Then suddenly, one of my favourite games is all about that. What's key here, amongst the doom-mongering, is the idea of a vaccine or cure not existing, and if the temperature changes, it could facilitate this being a host in humans, and this is bad. And well, as we saw, this happens. Now let's head into spoilers and why this sets up that ending and kind of gives it a bit more context of what's needed. So be careful, there are spoilers. So at the end of the game, Joel finally reaches the Firefly base at a hospital. Ellie can now allow a vaccine to be made, and humanity will finally find a way back. Well, the infected may dwindle due to this, but the fight to end people, just like the Seraphites, Rattlers, the Scavengers and Cannibals like David, could be trickier, but there isn't that whole problem of, Shamblers and Clickers and the like. It's generally assumed that it's a slam dunk in the game. You're going to get her there, Ellie is going to give some samples, and a vaccine can be made. One problem, when they get there, Ellie has to die. It's said, as we saw in a flashback in part 2, that her infection is wrapped around her brain, presumably how the infected become controlled. Anderson goes on to start the surgery, and part 2 hints in a flashback that it wasn't 100% certain. Marlene informs Joel how Ellie will die in the procedure, and to get her immunity, they need to kill the sample, they need to kill her. Joel had finally opened up again after the death of Sarah, and Cure be damned, he wasn't going to lose another daughter, blood relative or not. He kills the Fireflies and escapes with Ellie, and lies about what he did until she will find out a number of years later. The player either sees him as a hero for saving the girl we grew to know, or a devil for dooming humanity. It was not until part 2, where he, spoilers, gets absolutely destroyed, that the discourse over if he is a villain or a hero really got toxic. Dictaphone said how they tried to make a vaccine, but Ellie's immunity was a missing link. In part 2, Joel is brutally murdered by Abby, the Doctor's daughter, in revenge. Many say he had it coming, but this scene adds some very good stuff. The cure isn't certain, and a fancy scientist is sure it can't happen as it's fungal. This means the decision at the end of the show is nowhere near as binary as we thought. It's an outside odds that it could work. Ellie wasn't told she would die at the end to make the cure, and these Fireflies were going to chop up a little girl, not give her the choice, and weren't sure it could definitely happen. Joel also didn't give her a choice, but the actions of Joel in the light of this talk show are nowhere near as black and white as they were in the game. It's also very clever, as it does sow the seed of doubt in the non-game player's head, and they will question the motives that they need to do to get Ellie to the Fireflies if the cure can't happen, and they will question everything, which I think is really cool. And well, Once again, this is just an opinion, and please show some restraint in the comments. Let's have a civil debate. Yes, I did enjoy part 2, but I can understand 100% why some of you might not have liked it, because, yeah, I didn't like seeing that happen either. But that is it. I'll see you soon, and goodbye.